Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, May 7th. I've, I've gotten a few more people writing into me saying, how come you don't play anymore on here? I fully intend to play, and I try to play every night. But please understand the amount of work that goes into relearning really quickly, because my days have been slammed. I've really been busy preparing for the book signing tomorrow. I'm dealing with our band, the documentary film. There's so much stuff going on that it requires a lot of effort to quickly relearn a song, try to find the bass parts again, get back into the headspace of what was going on when we made these recordings and stuff. That it doesn't mean I'm not going to be playing. It just means that at this point, it doesn't work out every day for me to do that. And like I explained, I think in a couple of days previous, that there's a magic that happens in the studio that is the thing that makes it magic, is that you really can't capture that again. You can learn kind of the notes, but the feel and everything that took place, especially on a lot of these things that are from 30, 40, almost 50 years ago, it's a different thing, and I want to pay respect to the songs, and a lot of times the interplay that took place in the studio and the nuances is what makes these songs magical and really special, certainly to me. So if the reason you've come to this is to watch me play, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I will play, but I can't do it every day. My schedule doesn't permit it, and also emotionally it doesn't permit it. So just hang in and be patient, and I will be playing lots more. I've got thousands of songs yet to play. But at this point right now, I'm really enjoying just going back and visiting archives and kind of rediscovering a lot of things that I've worked on that I had not thought about in a long time, because you're busy moving forward every day and you don't necessarily always think about things you've done in the past. And the cool thing to me is that a lot of people are discovering artists that they were unfamiliar with, or it's rekindling an interest in those artists. And people are going back and checking out more of their music. And so that being said, I'm going to move on today. I've got a bunch of stuff to do today, and I'm going to finish this all up because we have our band Zoom meeting in a little less than 2 hours. So I got to get a bunch of things done before we do that, and then I'm off to take care of a bunch of stuff this afternoon. So that's that. Today I'm going to go back. I was looking through things, and then I remembered having had the opportunity to work with Janis Ian. Janis is a remarkable artist. She's one of these people that her career started so young, where she had some big, huge hits. Her first big hit she wrote when she was 14 years old, called Society's Child. And we did this album called Restless Eyes in 1981. We recorded it. I've got my copious notes sitting here, but a lot of this I'm just remembering before I go into my notes. We recorded this at Armin Steiner's studio, Sound Labs. Armin was one of the great engineers in this business. I've done every kind of record with Armin and movies and everything, and Sound Labs was a really wonderful studio. That was the studio where I cut Diana Ross's theme to Mahogany, and we did the Dodgers after they won the World Series. I mean, all kinds of projects went through Sound Labs. And let me just double check everything here, because Gary Klein produced it and did a lot of records with Gary Klein, and John Arias engineered it. But I was looking up, and I've got a couple of things on screen that I thought were really fascinating about her. And rather than me kind of breaking it down. I just wanted to read this because it says, at the age of 14, Ian wrote and recorded her first hit single, Society's Child, about an interracial romance forbidden by the girl's mother and frowned upon by her peers and teachers. Produced by George Morton and released 3 times between 65 and 67. Society's Child became a national hit upon its 3rd release after Leonard Bernstein featured in a late April 1967 CBS TV special titled Inside Pop, The Rock Revolution. The song's theme of interracial relationships was considered too taboo by some radio stations who withdraw or banned it from their playlists. In her 2008 autobiography, Society's Child, Ian recalls receiving hate mail and death threats as a response to the song and mentions that a radio station in Atlanta that played it was burned down. In 67, Society's Child reached number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100. The single sold 600,000 copies and the album sold 350,000. This next thing I thought was interesting, though. It says, at age 16, Ian met comedian Bill Cosby backstage at a Smothers Brothers show where she was promoting Society's Child. Since she was underage, she was accompanied by a chaperone while touring. After her set, Ian had been sleeping with her head on her chaperone's lap, an old female family friend. According to Ian, in her 2015 interview, she was told by her then manager that Cosby had interpreted their interaction as lesbian. And as a result, he made it his business to warn other television shows that Ian wasn't suitable for family entertainment and shouldn't be on television because of her sexuality, thus attempting to blacklist her. Although Ian would later come out, she states at the time of the encounter with Cosby, she'd only been kissed once in broad daylight at a summer camp. I just love the idea that Bill Cosby's judging somebody. This guy is the biggest scumbag, pig, piece of crap that ever was. And thank God he's behind bars for all of the horrid things he's done to women. And that he's sitting there being Mr. Righteous, calling her out and trying to blacklist her for having her head on a woman's lap. As soon as I read that, I just went, holy crap, this guy is such a complete scumbag piece of crap. You know, it's tragic. You know, he was a talented, actor, his TV and movie work, he was good. But man, when you scrape off the veneer of that talent, there is one ugly dude under that. And man, I just hope he rots in prison for the rest of his life. That's that. But when I saw the thing about Cosby, I just went, are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see. And actually, it also said in here that she was, she's won, let's see, she's won a couple of Grammys. She actually beat out Best Pop Vocal Performance Female. She beat out Linda Ronstadt, Olivia Newton-John, and Helen Reddy at the 1976 Grammys. And she was the first musical guest on the very first Saturday Night Live on October 11th, 1975, where she performed at 17 and in winter. So there's lots and lots more stuff. She's a fascinating artist and well worth investigating her personal adventures because she's a science fiction writer. She's a humanitarian. I mean, she's really quite a remarkable woman, but a really gifted artist. And it was such a thrill to go in the studio with her because she started so young that when we went in 81, I was totally, aware of Janis's work and was thrilled to get the call because I had done a lot of work with Gary Klein. And so I really appreciated this opportunity. So I thought I'd play a few of the songs. The first one I'm going to play is it's a song called Sugar Mountain. And the band on this is myself, Rick Schlosser, who ended up doing some of the recording and touring with James Taylor, kind of mid-career in there. Billy Payne from Little Feat on keys. Dean Parks, of course, on it. John Crowder sang background with her, and the great Byron Berline is playing fiddle on this. And I've featured Byron before because I had recorded with the group Country Gazette, and that was his group. And he's like one of the great fiddle players, and he's been on a number of the albums that I've posted up here, projects that I've posted. So let's check this out. Let's get some music into this. I'm still Bill Cosby. Wow, that's I mean, it's like him being judgmental. You can't write this stuff. I mean, this is, if you pitched it as a script, people go, nah, nobody will believe that. So here we go, Sugar Mountain.
Do you go down on the side of Sugar Mountain when leaves are brown and the sunlight splits the sky? I have found that the sea breeze tears at the ocean, and I hope somebody will love me before I die.
Janis is all the guitar, acoustic.
Weep no more, my lady, through the days long and lazy, and the sun sets heavy on the sky. Weep no more, my homeward bound. I'm gonna tear this mountain down. You're gonna be somebody by and by. Sugar Mountain trees are made of candy, and the sun breathes honey in your eyes. Every fountain's water tastes like brandy, and I know somebody will love me before I die. Oh, willow, weep no more, my lady, for the days are long and lazy, and the sun sets heavy on the sky. Weep no more, I'm homeward bound. I'm gonna tear this mountain down. You're gonna be somebody by and by. Sugar Mountain lovers taste like honey, and their lips like elderberry wine. Every other stranger pales and withers, and I hope somebody will love me before I die. Oh, willow, weep no more, my lady, for the days are long and lazy, and the sun sets heavy on the sky. Weep no more, I'm homeward bound. I'm gonna tear this mountain down. You're gonna be somebody by and by. Weep no more, I'm homeward bound. I'm gonna tear this mountain down. You're gonna be somebody by and by.
I love Byron's playing, but yeah, and Janis on all these things, she's playing acoustic. Some of the things she's playing 6-string and then doubling with 12-string and stuff. But she's a really great musician, so that's her in there. But it's fun. It was really a fun bunch of players on these things. I love playing with Billy Payne, and he was out with James Taylor for quite a while when we did Sesame Street. Billy was on that with us, but. He and all his work with Little Feat for all these decades has been just amazing, and all the different projects that toured with Bob Seger and all kinds of people. So that's Billy Payne. Here's a song called Dear Billy. That's a perfect segue here. And again, this is myself and Rick Schlosser on drums, Buzzy Featon on guitar, and also Fred Tackett from Little Feat playing guitar on this, and Lenny Castro playing percussion, and then Janis on acoustic. So here we go, Dear Billy. Start very Donovan-esque.
see by your letter
Might be Byron
you
still
have
on
no
fiddle.
intent to come home. So I'll take the kid in the house and make out on my own. Dear Billy, I'm trying to say what I feel, but the feelings are locked up in pain. But I hope you're enjoying whatever it is you are doing, whatever's new. Well, the night it runs cold and it chills to the soul, but you wouldn't know what's the use. It's all one to me, so go ahead and be free.
Very cool time change.
You got nothing to lose. I still go to school, and the kid she goes to, we're learning to silence the fear. No one is here. She calls me dear, and I wait for you. What else can I do? No, nothing has changed. It all stays the same. We all remain faithful, but somewhat confused. Except maybe you. We're through the hard wound. Are you coming back soon?
What a beautiful segue from 4-3.
Dear Billy, please send my regards to your lady. I wish her well. And I hope that one day we will meet on the far
Really
side
6-8.
of hell. Well, the sun's got the moon and the writer's tune, but I never had nothing except you. And on the day that you die, we'll sing lullabies in the hopes that you got yours too.
I love those little subtle time changes, 4 to 6-8, back and forth like that. And it just slips right back in. It's really well crafted. This is, I'm just going to play a couple more here. Really, it's a little bit different feel on this one. But this is she's such a great wordsmith. And so when you really, spend some time and listen to her lyrics, I mean, she's a great storyteller, has really a great concept of word. And that was why she was such a huge hit as a freshman, right out at 14, writing that song. And all of a sudden, the world was a little bit different place. That Society's Child was really a game changer for a lot of people, and she fit right into that whole new movement of singer-songwriter. This one, I think, is called I Remember Yesterday, and this, again, myself, bass, Rick Schlosser on drums, Buzzy Featon on guitar, Billy Payne on piano or keyboards, and Lenny Castro on percussion, and Janis on acoustic. So here we go. This is called I Remember Yesterday. Get a little Isaac Hayes in here.
Love goes on forever. And I said, talk about the weather or something else, but don't say that. You're talking through your hat. You know yourself how long forever lasted. Before we two were one, there was someone who was close to you, someone who held you tight before I split the night, and there were laughs and dreams, hopes and schemes, long before we knew that there'd be me and you. So baby, don't be telling me lies, 'cause the truth is talking through your eyes. I believe in tomorrow, but I remember yesterday. tell
Oh, yeah.
me I will never leave you. And I say sorry, don't believe you. Oh, I believe in mystery and your sincerity. I know you never meant to be true, but once before we knew there was someone who got close to you, someone who held you tight before I split the night, and there were laughs and dreams, hopes and schemes, long before we knew that there'd be me and you. So baby, don't be telling me lies, 'cause the truth is talking through your eyes. I believe in tomorrow, but I remember yesterday. I believe in tomorrow, but I remember yesterday. I believe in tomorrow. Don't fade away. 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 Fade away.
As it fades away. I love the way Lenny Castro plays percussion. He's a great rock percussionist. There's a lot of percussionists that don't, they're great percussionists, but they don't feel it the way Lenny does. And it was really fun when we did the last time I toured with Toto, and Lenny was playing too with Shannon Forrest. And man, it was just, man, he's like, I look over at him every night, man, he's like a freight train and just adventures, grabbing everything and just so musical. I mean, it felt like sometimes there was a giant octopus over there. He was playing so many different things. This can't just be two arms going. But man, he's something special. So that was great. One last one here. This one's called Under the Covers. And this is, again, myself, Rick Schlosser, Dean Parks, Billy Payne. And on this one, Billy Payne's playing piano and Bill Cuomo is playing synth. Now, Bill was the one who I just did Kim Carnes' video with. He was the keyboard player and co-producer on that. And we got Lenny Castro again on this one and John Crowder doing background vocals. So I'm going to do this one. I'm going to tell you a little story that happened with Armin Steiner at Sound Labs. This was really great. So I'm going to finish this one up, though. Under the Covers.
Spanish boys will greet you with that old obscene refrain. The sadness of 1,000 waiting window panes. Gypsy boys will beat you at your unfamiliar game, while the whore on the corner drags that same old ball and chain. They make better lovers, or so I've been told. But under the covers, that's where you discover if the man is whole. They don't
these little things.
Gypsy boys will fool you into global compromise, while occasional candy keeps your belly satisfied. They make better lovers, so I've been told. Under the covers, that's where you discover if your man is whole. They don't come easy, but they're worth the time. And if you please me, maybe I'll let you be mine. They say they only hurt you because they're hurting themselves, and they don't mean to dry up all your wishing wells.
Yeah.
They say you should be truthful, but you know sometimes they lie. And though it isn't meant to, it still tears me up inside. They make better lovers, so I've been told. Under the covers, that's where you discover if your man is whole. They don't come easy, but they're worth the time. And if you please me, maybe I'll let you be mine. So I've been told. Under the covers, that's where you discover if your man is whole. They don't come easy, so I've been told. Under the covers, that's where you discover if your man is whole. They don't come
So, I mean, the album covers a pretty wide spectrum from real intimate, almost country-esque things to a little more R&B or pop-oriented. But Janis Ian, check her out. Now, my little Armin Steiner story. I was working on a project at Sound Labs. I don't remember what the project was, but when we all finished up, I was there gathering up some things, and Armin said, "Hey, come here, check this out." And I went in the control room with him, and he had come back from Switzerland, where he had gone over and recorded in a convent in the Swiss mountains an orchestra of nuns. And the thing that was so great, so he played it for me, and they're playing, and it was like a kind of like a decent high school orchestra. But the thing that he wanted me to hear was when they finished playing the music they were playing, you heard them set down their instruments, and then you heard they all clapped because there was nobody there but him and an assistant recording them. So there was no audience. So they became their own audience. We both looked at each other and almost cried. It was so sweet and so charming. But to hear this orchestra play and then clap for themselves when it was all done. So today is Janis Ian Day, and she has such an incredible body of work that it's well worth digging into the archives, because she's done a lot of albums and she's evolved so much as an artist over the years, and as a human being. She's quite special. So check it out. I'm going to get running now because I've got to do some things before I do my band Zoom and then take care of this bunch of stuff I have to do this afternoon. So take good care, and anybody who wants to see me playing, just be patient. I will be playing. It's a lot to cram in every day, and it's not just picking up the instrument and go and hitting play. Not a jukebox. It takes it's an effort every time to get back into headspaces and learn things. And I have not used one piece of music for anything I've played here. So I'm grabbing it up from my psyche and pulling it out. So. Because I know a lot of people are supportive, going, "Oh man, we're just happy to hear stories and hang with you and stuff," and I so appreciate that. but for the few that write in and complain about that, it'll be here. And if it's not what you want, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. So take good care, and a thank you every day to people working front lines. We're doing pretty well in California. I want to see that stay the way it is and keep getting better. So those people are doing a whole lot to make that happen. And I'm totally jacked because tomorrow is my book signing at LA Vintage Gear at 2 p.m. And I can hardly wait to see. I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen there. 10 people might show up, or 200, 300, who knows? But people are feeling better about being out, and we're going to be on the street. Have it all set up and distanced and being safe. And that's not going to be jammed into a small space. It's going to be comfortable to be out there. So I'm excited about that, and I'm going to move on with my day today, and you do the same, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye.